Sword of Sorcery number 4, written by Christy Marks, art by Travis Moore. This is filler. That's unfair. It is still part of the story, but it is completely separate. So last issue we had Amethyst, aka Amaya, going through a portal that leads back to the real world because Constantine got his hands on the portal crystal. Then the entire events of Justice League Dark happened for like 7 issues. And now we're picking up again. So Amaya comes out and is just like, hey, John Constantine, where are you? I've been searching all around this house. And he shows up. He's like, hey, I'm right here. What's up? And she's like, I gotta go home, man. It could have been like, I don't know if we're on Narnia time or whatever. It could have been months back there. There was a whole political intrigue going on. He's like, nah, I'm sure you're fine. Don't worry about it. So they make their way through the house. And she's like, hey, by the way, how did you even find our portal crystal? And he's like, I was keeping tabs on your mom because she may have not let you know that she had powers, but she was still using her powers quite a bit in those early days. So I was just keeping tabs on her. And she tries to ask more details. And he's like, no, that's between you and your mom. I'm not getting in the middle of that. So he pulls out the portal crystal, says, all right, I'm ready to send you home. But she's like, actually, hold on. On the off chance that we aren't on Narnia time, we can go anywhere in your little house of mystery, right? And he's like, yeah. She's like, could we go to Chicago real quick? And he's like, why? He's like, I just want to go to Chicago. So he drops her off at Chicago. She uses her powers to change into a normal outfit, borrows $20 from Constantine, along with a cell phone in case of emergencies. And then she just goes down and gets a deep dish pizza because she's like, I didn't have a chance to enjoy this truly before I was yanked away to Nala. So I'm going to really take this in. And as she's leaving the pizza shop, she accidentally walks into the middle of a demon circle and gets dragged through the sidewalk and appears in the business district of Chicago inside a CEO's office being held by demons. And it turns out, I'm not even sure she ever even gets a name, but she is a multinational corporation leader. She's a CEO and she collects magical objects. And she's like, hey, I used all my demon magic power stuff that I've collected in order to bring you here to Chicago so that I can get your power because I've seen through my magic stuff that you have a lot of power. And Amaya's like, I came to Chicago for a pizza, so I don't know what you're talking about. And in the end, she realizes, or she makes the claim that all of Amaya's power she believes is inside her necklace. So Amaya's like, yeah. Yep, that's where my power is, but I'll never give it up to you. And I'm just going to... They call her CEO Witch or CEO Sorceress. I don't know. I don't care either. So at that point, a whole bunch of demons show up with a whole bunch of other corporate types. Turns out she's holding them hostage, and Amaya's like, okay, and what do I care what you do to them? I don't know them. And she's like, no. You're one of those hero types. I know it. You'll want to save them. And Amaya's like, all right, yeah, you got me. Here, take my necklace. And so she passes the necklace over to the woman. The woman uses the woman's name is Eileen. So Eileen uses another magic thing in order to activate the powers, and she immediately transforms into the costume of Amaya. She turns into the Amethyst costume, and she's like, I don't feel any more powerful. Why don't I feel more powerful, girl? And Amaya's like, bite me. So at that point, she throws Amaya in with the other demons, and she's like, whoa, hold on, I thought you'd let me go, and them go. And she's like, I lied, sue me. So she announces her entire evil plan, and she's going to use her power and all of her magic stuff to sacrifice them to trade in these lowly demons for higher demons, and then use the higher demons to basically scare congressmen into passing good laws for her. So, yeah. And then Amaya's like, cool, thanks for telling me the plan. Now I don't have to worry about anything else that you might have hidden. So she pulls out her powers, because the powers are not in her, or not in her necklace. They are in her. The necklace is just how she changes her clothes. And then she proceeds to beat up all the demons and go after Eileen. And during the fight, Eileen tries to summon a much bigger demon using Amaya as a sacrifice. But then Amaya's like, hold on, you're wearing my clothes and they were made for me. Maybe I can still control them despite the fact I'm not wearing them. And she uses her powers to have the cloth strangle Eileen, and she's like, oh, if you want out of it, you just got to give up the necklace. And so Eileen takes off the necklace, gives it back to Amaya, Amaya uses the outfit along with her sword, which of course came with it, to have the portal, instead of sucking up Amaya, it sucks up Eileen down into, I'm assuming, hell. And then she just pulls out her cell phone and says, "Hey, Constantine, remember how you said this is for emergencies?" So Constantine shows up, deals with the circle, and then passes the crystal over to Amaya. And she's like, "All right, well, you can go home now." And Amaya's like, "Okay, but like if I take that with me, I can't ever come back. Maybe you should keep it here and just open it up on this side so I could cut back if need be." And Constantine's like, "All right, fair enough, but you still owe me $20 for the pizza, so I will be calling you back and I expect you to answer." And she's like, "Fine, whatever, see you, John." And she jumps in through the portal. And Constantine makes the very ominous ending statement of, yeah, that you went back to the place that dumped its evil on us. Too bad, you'll have to pay the price for that. So Constantine has something against Gemworld. What is it? I don't know, but we'll find out. So again, not connected to the main plot, and looking ahead to the next issue, she literally, like, next first page just pops right out again. It's a completely skippable issue. You don't need it. But it is good to tie it into the larger DC canon. Otherwise, it would be just this totally separate thing off to the side. And I like when these books cross over a little bit. So I'm going to give this one a 6. It does have its issues, mainly that the villain didn't feel big at all. Like, she was literally just a businesswoman with a side interest in sorcery. So yeah, give it a 6. Hopefully the following issues will pick up the pace just a little bit, and I frankly think it does have it in them.